Okay, so let's get on Market Street to start the current trading week. Let's talk to Bosun Obembe, who is an FX dealer at Access Bank. Live to us from the FMDQ Exchange Place. Good morning. It's good to have you on the show.
Good morning, Boston. Thanks for having me.
I love this week because holidays are over and then we can get on to real business. What's the focus for this week as far as the fixed income market is concerned? Let's talk about FX in about a minute, but let's start with the fixed income space.
Okay, for fixed income, so this week we expect a normal maturity of about 67 billion naira into the system, and also we expect an NTB maturity of about 17. So currently we have a system liquidity of about 375 billion. So if you look at the OBB and overnight trades at 5% level, so we expect CBN to actually come to issue OMO. That should be OMO auction this week. Also, like I explained, that we have an NTB maturity of 17. So on Wednesday we have the NTB auction as well, PMA, where about 17.6 will be rolled over by the DMO.
Bosun, I'm sure everyone knows that the central bank will, by now as we speak, at 10 o'clock or heading towards 11, the central bank is preparing to hit your market with some measure of bills to try and mop up this. We're talking about close to 400 billion right now from what we came in through last week and the mature treasuries on Thursday. So we expect that to come in. Then, of course, the debiting for the FX. This is expected to take quite a chunk of the liquidity out of the market. So how do you think this will affect how investors and traders will play the book, both on the FI and the FX for the current week?
So for the FX, today we expect about 100 million wholesale auction, and CBN will also sell 55 million each into the SME and invisible segment. So given the system liquidity, and if you look at the investors' appetite, it has been on the hunger. So if CBN is going to issue the home auction today to mop this liquidity, I think the investors, they are looking at investing at the long game, but CBN, they are current focus is on maybe the medium and the short term, also trying to reduce the cost of borrowing. So before I left the office, there hasn't been any OMO auction, but we are expecting it. So it is anticipated. So if it comes, it's not going to be something unexpected. So given the robust liquidity, CBN is meant to come in to mop the liquidity so that the market can be normal again.
Yes, at the secondary window, treasury yields were softening back to around 11, north of 11% on Friday. So do you think this, the activities or the interventions of the central bank this week will bring these yields a bit lower? Are we looking at anything north of 10%?
We expect rate to be stable, probably like a 10 basis point increase at the long end, but the short and the medium end of the curve, we expect it to remain stable at 10 and 11 levels respectively this week.
Okay, for Naira-dollar relationship, where did we finish off on Friday, and what's your outlook in the FX playbook for the week?
So on Friday, Naira closed at 360.5 at the investor and exporters window. Is relatively stable. If you look at the week on week, it was an accusation of about 25 kobo from what we witnessed the previous week. So there are a lot of liquidity in the system. So the investors, the foreign investors, it's still driven by the foreign investors. So if you look at the actual inflow, about 80% came from the international. So we expect it to actually come down today to maybe 360.25 or 30, because there are a lot of people willing to actually sell for, and given the anticipated OMO auction, so we expect investors to actually bring in funds and convert to Naira so that they can actually take advantage of the expected OMO auction.
Bosun Obembe from Access Bank, thank you so much for coming through to us from FMDQ Exchange Place. Have you seen the price of crude oil this morning? We started overnight on Sunday when the prices Brent at least were touching $62, a little bit above that, and we all thought that will continue till today. Then we woke up this morning, then a little hours into the morning hours, then oil prices started tanking a little bit as we speak. WTI, the US Oil is around $52.23, down about 0.5%. And the Brent, which is his closest cousin in terms of continuous pricing or contract delivery, is also down by almost the same margin. But, of course, the big story from around the international marketplace is what we want Julian Olayinka, who's back for another week of insightful engagement here on the program, a member of our team from our London studios. Good morning, Julian. I hope you had a very great weekend. Let's start from the banking industry. The Royal Bank of Scotland says, well, its proposed corporate wedlock with two Saudi banks is likely going to help the bank get more liquidity in terms of capital.
Good morning, Bosun. Well, yes, the RBS story is a big story, which we'll get to. I'll give you some of the numbers because, of course, that's affected the FTSE this morning. The FTSE 100 has started relatively well, taking its cue from the Asian markets. Now, the index of leading shares is up by about 4 points, which is 0.1%. It opened 12 points higher much earlier this morning. The FTSE 250 is also up by almost 51 points, or 0.27%. I must quickly tell you that the German carrier Lufthansa has just now saw their shares tumble by 11% after a profit warning. There's also a 3.7% decline in budget airline EasyJet. Now let's talk about the FTSE's top riser, and that's up by about 1.8%. That's the Royal Bank of Scotland, as you said, which could be making a whopping £700 million from a Saudi bank merger. Now, RBS announced yesterday that the recent completion of this merger between Al Awwal Bank and Saudi British Bank would lead to RBS shedding £4.7 billion of risk-weighted assets that will have a positive and material financial impact on the Edinburgh-based lender. Now, RBS was part of a group that owned 40% of Al Awwal, and this merger will facilitate the exit of RBS's shares, and RBS have been trying to get rid of this unsuccessfully for several years. Now, this is a good story for RBS, Bosun. Just over a decade ago, I'm sure you'll remember, the bank had to be rescued with a £45.5 billion capital injection by the British government. Now, the chief executive has been given a statement, and it said now it will be able to focus on UK lending operations. Fantastic.
Getting out of the red ocean into a blue ocean. Nice one. Julian, let me ask you very quickly. The reports coming through says London house prices are declining even this month. So I got this question: if you are buying house prices, maybe I could buy as well. Advise me.
Let me tell you something, Bosun. The average price of a home in London is £464,000, which is over 209 million naira. I'll have to be on your salary if I'm ever going to get my dream home.
I give up. I just give up. I just give up. I apologize. So let's talk about how the big boys are playing it. That's out of my league.
Okay, well, I must say the UK house prices did cool in May by about 0.2% due to consumer confidence, but that dip only seems to be affecting the capital. Now, this morning, the business publication City AM reports that UK house prices for newly marketed properties neared a record high this month, which has been spurred on by a cluster of UK regions shrugging off recent political uncertainty that seems to be only affecting London. Now, 4 northern regions witnessed their highest ever asking prices in June, pushing property prices nationally up by 0.3%. A house in the UK is going to cost you about £309,000. Now, this new data has revealed that the scale of the UK's housing problems, as research is showing that 1 in 10 towns offer affordable property. So if you're a nurse, you're a teacher, you're a paramedic, you're a police officer or a firefighter, you are really struggling to buy. So the figures are conflicted. Lower, yes, but still way above that 200 million naira price bracket. It's expensive to live in London.
Yeah, I'll get across to you, Juliana, if I'm interested. But for now, I'm not. I just checked with my banker while you were on, and he says, Bosun, I don't have that balance to make any purchase of any house in London. Thank you, everyone. If you have what it takes to buy a house in London or in Nigeria, it runs into millions of naira. Have a great day, everyone, and check with your banker before you try to make any purchase.